What if I told you that the house you live in was designed to fail? Not catastrophically, not immediately, but slowly, predictably, within the span of a single human lifetime. This wall is 5 inches thick, it weighs almost nothing, and if you could see inside it, you'd find something unsettling, a hollow space, held together by membranes, insulated by air, dependent on air tightness to survive. For the last 80 years, we've built homes like this, fast, light, cheap to finance. The logic is simple. Minimize material, maximize speed, keep the costs down. But there's a problem. These walls don't regulate, they resist. Barely, because the wall has no mass, it has no memory, no capacity to absorb heat. When the temperature outside changes, the temperature inside follows immediately. So we compensate. We add machines, air conditioning, heating, running constantly because the wall itself does nothing. And then there's moisture, the invisible threat. A single puncture in the vapor barrier, a nail, a screw, a settling crack, and moisture-laden air finds its way inside. Wood rots, mold colonizes, insulation compresses. The wall begins to fail from the inside out. This house was built 30 years ago. It's already falling apart. Now consider this. This wall is 18 inches thick. It weighs thousands of pounds. It's been standing for over 200 years. What's the difference? Thermal mass, the ability of a material to absorb, store, and release heat. Dense materials, stone, brick, rammed earth, heat up slowly and cool down slowly. They don't just resist temperature change. They moderate it. During the day, the wall absorbs heat. At night, it releases it back into the space. The effect is dampening. The interior stays cool in summer, warm in winter, without mechanical intervention. But there's something else these materials do. They breathe. Materials like hempcrete are hygroscopic. They absorb moisture when the air is humid and release it when the air is dry. They regulate humidity. They prevent condensation. They eliminate the need for vapor barriers entirely. And then there's carbonation. In lime-based systems, the material absorbs carbon dioxide from the air and converts back into limestone. Over time, the wall doesn't weaken. It hardens. It petrifies. It gets stronger. So why don't we build this way? The upfront cost is higher, 10 to 30% more than stick framing. And our systems, our financing, our codes, our construction industry are all calibrated to the 30-year horizon. But over time, the comparison inverts. A mineral wall requires almost no maintenance, no siding replacement, no repainting, no rot remediation. The envelope is permanent. The Roman Pantheon has stood for nearly 2,000 years. Its dome, unreinforced concrete, has never been repaired. The rammed earth structures of China's Fujian province, over a millennium old, still inhabited. Adobe homes throughout the Southwest. Centuries of service, minimal intervention. These buildings didn't survive because they were special. They survived because their materials aligned with the forces acting upon them. Gravity, heat, humidity, time. Building for a century requires a different kind of thinking. It means choosing materials based not on initial cost, but on life cycle performance. It means designing for stability rather than management. It means accepting that a building is not a product with a service life. It's a settlement, a place where people will live long after you're gone. The regulatory path is clear. Hempcrete was codified into the 2024 International Residential Code. Rammed earth and compressed earth blocks have always been permissible as structural masonry. The materials are proven. The tools are available. What remains is the question of time horizon. A wall is just a wall until you think about what it's made of and how long it will stand. Someone will rest a hand against these walls 100 years from now, maybe 200. The only question is whether that hand will meet something solid or something already demanding replacement. That choice isn't made by skill or by budget. It's made by the span of time you're willing to imagine and whether you're building for yourself or for a future you'll never see.